Right, so we're live. Hello, Mark. Oh, hello from Bulgaria. Yeah. I nearly cancelled tonight to this afternoon's live show, live chat. Hello, Zizo. How are you? I went to sleep last night with a nagging itch in my throat. And this morning I woke up feeling horrible. So quite a lot of coughing. No COVID, just a cold, I suppose, from the change of weather. You know, it's hot, cold. Today we're at 27 outside, and last week was freezing cold. I decided I'm going to stock up with my lemon, honey and hot water, and I've got a flask here, so hopefully it should be okay. I had a run, Mark, yes. I normally find that running gives you a sweat, and if you have any temperature, it just goes. Running for me is a perfect remedy, but we'll see how it goes. I'm going to have to keep my throat lubricated all the time. I knew that some guys will want to be in the live chats. I didn't want to cancel last minute. So hopefully it should all go smooth. Yeah. Yeah, Zizo, 50 calories here. Oh, 50 Celsius here. 50? Oh. Where are you from, Zizo? Thomas, good day from Germany. Most probably in Germany is also quite warm today, no? I mean, I think all of Europe is warm, but we had some glorious weather here. I mean, absolutely glorious. Lebanese living and working in Kuwait. Oh, well, no wonder. As a dental technician. Interesting. Well, you're in one of the hottest places in the world, yeah? Hi, Mohammed from Jordan. I suppose there's also very hot, yeah? North London, right? MK, this is more like it. Well, as you can, next to Rivoli. Oh, yeah. Yeah, nice. Well, I'm sure you can see out now. It's glorious weather. It was clouding over, but now it's back on the sun. So you can vouch, MK, how warm it is today. Yeah. These are burning hell. Free the mind. Well, go running, free the mind. Yeah, free the mind. I like the name. In Germany, we're currently at 28 Celsius. Yeah, well, we're not far off. I think today we're here. I'm just looking at my weather app. 27. So we're quite warm, that is for sure. Very unusual for London. Well, London is warmer than the northern England, but still 31 in North London. Well, by me, it says on the app 27. I'll believe you, it's 31, yes. It's quite warm. Free the mind. What are you vaping on today? Well, how else if not on my Skyline R with Italian cigar liquid from La Tabaccaria that I hope they'll be uploaded over the weekend. What you guys were vaping on? Mark Trigwell, thanks to you, Nathan. I got the Sputnik, a clone. It is awesome. I am now thinking they may try and get the authentic. Well, here's the authentic one, and here's a clone. So both worlds, right? We'll talk about it soon because yesterday's review is a mixed type of comments. Some people, everyone had their point of view that is absolutely acceptable. But we're going to talk about it in a minute. Thomas Comeras. Hi all. Hi Net Vaper. Hi to yourself. Yes, Izo, for my latest review, that's the one. Absolutely astounding flavor. Astounding flavor. Now, I understood that the Ultron is a better quality, but this is the SXK, and I've got no problem with it. Am I lucky that all my clones are perfectly in working order? Maybe. Martrig, well, the Skyline is on order. Yeah, well, the Skyline that I reviewed yesterday, it was, if you look through the comments, it was various type of, but all agree that clones these days is a much higher level of quality than they used to be. And therefore, as I said in the review, if I vape a tank, a mouse too long RTA, and I'm super happy with it, who cares who made it, right? It doesn't make a difference to me if it's SXK or SGW, whatever it is, no difference. Adrian Mason, storm brewing here in Bracknell. Well, I mean, it was quite overcast by us as well here in London, but has cleared now. So normally these type of hot weather brings storms eventually, doesn't it? Zizo, yes, you're lucky for that. Yes, I am very lucky. Yeah, so far. But I might take upon the advice of the guy who said Ultron, and I'll try an Ultron once. The question is, do I carry on reviewing clones or not? I'm debating on that question quite a while. So, I mean, what do you guys say? Should I carry on reviewing clones? Freedom Mind, nice. I'm on the billet box with the EVL Alien with some rum and raisin RY4. Oh, sounds nice. Mark, I opted for the Copper Vape Skyline. Yeah, the Copper Vape, I've got the Spiker Pro. Also very good. I mean, Copper Vape, SXK, Ultron, YFTK, they're all like equivalent to Aspire, Anakin, Vaporesso. They're the mainstream. Mohammed, SXK making good clones. I'm still waiting for the Rock Tank from them. You should take a look at it. Yeah, I've seen the Rock Tank. The question is, do I review clones? I mean, if I want to go down the path to start reviewing clones, I can review a clone every week. The question is, do I go down that path or not? So if you guys tell me what you think, Zizo, I say yes. Okay. Mark, probably not. Keep comments on your live. Keep comments on your live stream. What do you mean by that? Oh, I should talk about clones in the live stream. Oh, that's an idea. Maybe. That's a good idea, actually. Yeah, but if I do a review on a clone in a live stream, I can't read the comments. I can't concentrate on both. Adrian Mason, I have one issue with 1 to 2 clones that even the logos are the same. If I can't tell it apart from the OG, then from the original, then I feel that the secondhand market gets murky. Yes, I understand what you're saying. Yeah. Yeah, I understand that problem. Yeah. They should really have a different logo on the tank. SXK should have his own logo, so forth, instead of using the original logo. Yeah, you got a point there, Adrian. A valid one, actually. Freedom Mind, yes, if you still enjoy the review, keep doing them. Well, look, let me explain. There is two sections to vaping, right? One is to keep off the cigarettes, right? And for that, I don't need so many devices, right? I could stick to one. I mean, if someone told me sell everything, keep one, impossible, right? So let's say I keep all the ones I like. You see, there's another dimension to vaping, is the hobby side of it. Not only the nicotine delivery with naturally extracted tobacco or whatever liquid you use, it's also the gadget, the exploring a new tank, experimenting, buying something new. You know, there is that excitement, there is that anticipation. Oh, maybe you found something extraordinary. So there is two dimensions to vaping. So most vapers who don't do reviews are content with whatever they found. They check a review, find the tank they like, stick to it. They buy another one, you know. But when you go down this hobby side of things, so then it's endless. You could buy and buy and buy to no end. So the question is, if I buy, what do I buy? Do I buy the original and pay a fortune for equal vape that I've got already on one of my top master long RTAs? Or do I buy a clone? So I'm experimenting, but I don't feel it made a huge dent in my wallet, or rather my wallet became lighter. I haven't got a problem with spending the money on things, but if I knew, for instance, if I had a stock coil mouse to long tank and I want to upgrade, so let's say if I upgrade to the Dwarf, so I feel I took a huge step from a Ford Escort to a BMW. So then you feel good. But if you got a BMW 7 Series, let's say 730, and you want to go to 740, the difference wouldn't be as the difference between a Ford Escort and a BMW, right? You're getting my gist. So for me to start buying original is, well, I'm not sure if I want to go down that path either. So for me, clones is a way to explore high-end tanks. It's like buying a BMW, but for peanuts. So I don't care really if it's good or not, if it's better or worse. I mean, I didn't pay much, so if it's no good, I throw in the bin. Carry on. You know, that's my dilemma. Anyway, Zizo, Mohammed, the rock, damn, that looks sexy. Oh, well, yeah, yeah. Chris Holmes, good afternoon to you as well. Afternoon, sir. Got into the NET from your reviews. Could you advise me on a nice NET tobacco, as I have only tried tobacco with added flavor? Thank you. Love your channel. Well, I mean, check out on my channel, I've got Juice Cabin playlist. Delicious, naturally extracted tobacco. Absolutely. You can check the latest ones. Well, that is with added flavor. Actually, Juice Cabin have sent me a few liquids to review, and one of them is absolutely, those who like pure tobacco, Tennessee Dark Fire Cured is absolutely amazing. So you can check my channel and have a look and check my reviews and choose one. If you like Virginias, I've got in the Pioneer, I've got the American Flue Cured, the Virginia, absolutely delicious. It's a single blend, but mild, all-day vape. It's got the right sweetness, the right nuttiness, the right earth in it. Perfect Virginia. Perfect. So, Chris, go on my channel and check out the my latest reviews on natural extracted. Butian, Hero, everybody. Hello, how are you? Peter, Hebrela. Am I spelling it right? I'm sorry if I didn't. Good afternoon, everybody. Thomas, I think that if you review clones, it should be a comparison with video with the original. Pros and cons. Yeah, sure. Well, then what's the whole purpose? The only reason why I'm buying clones is because I do not think that it's justified to pay 250 euros for this. So if I go and buy 250 euro worth tank, so why would I try the clone? The only reason why I'm trying the clone is because I'm going to get a similar quality flavor, not build quality, but flavor, for a fraction of the price, a tenth of the price. As I said, it's not the money. Well, it is the money. It's the money issue, not the money affording. Yeah, it's a big difference. So that is, that defeats the purpose to do clones versus original. Adrian Mason on the base. What does that mean? On the base. Zizo, if you want to view authentic mouth to long, they're mostly expensive. You will end up with no money to make new reviews. And you will end up like Jay Hayes asking people to be a member in his channel to watch his reviews. Right. I never watched Jay Hayes' video, but this is for me a hobby. If I had to make a living from reviewing vape gear, I'll be in a terrible situation, right? I don't want to use foul language. Deep. My living is from working very hard on a business, family business for years. So this is for me a hobby. And as such, why should I ask for people money to watch and to join me in my vaping journey and my hobby? Now, also, come to talk about that. When you remember last live chat, I had people asking me in a vape shop all sorts of questions about vaping. They're all starter, all new vapors. Some still smoked while they were asking me questions about vaping. A guy was smoking a cigarette, like chain vape, chain smoke. And I said to him, you're killing yourself. Anyway, it was so funny. The guy was like, while he was talking to me, asking me about vaping, I couldn't stop laughing. So one of them asked me, and I said, I'll finish off those questions in the next live chat, so we'll see how it goes. One of them asked me, what was the reason you started reviewing vape products? I'll tell you what the reason is, and maybe you'll understand where I'm coming from. As you all know, I smoked for many years, right? So my children were driving me crazy. Dad, you must stop smoking. You do running, you do exercise, and then you ruin it by smoking. Yeah. Well, I didn't see it that way at the time. So one day they bought me a Anakin, I think, T18E. I think it was stock coil, one of those T18 coils. And they bought me some liquid, watermelon something. I just took one draw and I said, yuck, this is not a replacement for cigarettes, is it? I threw it. I said to him, no, it's not for me at all. And I took out my packet of cigarettes and carried on smoking. A few days later, he comes back with a bottle, tobacco liquid from OFF, I think it was called. OFF, if I'm not mistaken. It was some kind of Virginia. Right. I thought, okay, tobacco. I put it into the tank, start vaping. It's better than the watermelon, but okay. I said, I'll give it a go. One day in one of my I work in construction. So one of the sites that I was on, a guy was vaping, and I asked him, hey, what are you vaping? He says to me, well, I'm vaping Black Note. I said, what is Black Note? He takes out me a small bottle of Prelude. I took the tank, poured out whatever was in it with the same coil, put in the Prelude, and that was it for me. I said, whoa, I found a light. And since then, I never stopped vaping naturally extracted. So then I was driving home, from Scotland, on the border of Scotland, back down south, and I was vaping away the Black Note. And then I finished the Black Note, and I took out the old tobacco that I had left. What a difference. First thing I ordered 20 or 30 bottles Black Note from Holland. And then I was vaping in the garden like I do today. And I was thinking, I'm sure there's a lot of smokers out there who are looking for something is right for them and they can't find it. Either they're too busy to look or they don't know where to find. Why don't you start reviewing or advertising the fact that you found a tobacco liquid that is absolutely amazing and it replaces cigarettes perfectly? So that's what I've done. And I asked family and friends, and they said, what do you think? They said, well, it's a great idea, because most of us, the whole team, was smoking at the time. And they said, if you stop smoking, we will start vaping with you. So I had something to prove. And that was my idea, to start reviewing. In the meantime, I started looking for naturally extracted tobacco online, and I found a company in America, naturallyextractedtobacco.com. And I ordered a few liquids from his site blindly, I just looked at the flavor profile. I said, go for it. At the time, I was traveling to New York. I gave them the address in New York. I picked it up. And when I tasted the first liquid from them, I think it was Starry Nights. That is a delicious tobacco with a bit of peach in it. I decided, you know what? This is it. I started to review it. And I think it was my first review in the garden. I was all stiffed up, so serious about it. But that was the beginning of my vaping journey. And since then, I saw that it helps people. And it helps me as well. It, part of stopping to smoke is finding something else that takes over and you're busy with it. So it was twofold. Good for people who are watching, good for me. And that was the beginning of the channel. So that is quite a long answer on that question. Let's go back to comments. Zizo, if you want to view authentic mouth aromas, we said that. Mohammed, sometimes we can't buy the expensive tanks, and even I'm not kind of people who pays 260 euros for a tank, so it is a good idea to review clones from the same kind. Yeah, that is exactly my point. I'm not also prepared to pay so much for something that will beat what? What would it beat? The dwarf? By how much? So why am I paying so much more? Just for the name? Yeah. Fernando, hi Net Vaper. I bought the Trio ZQ tank due to your review. I like it a lot. Thanks for the review. Brunhilde Mouthtalong is coming soon. Looking forward to that tank as well. One advice I'll give you with the Trio is you must put longer wick ends into the juice wells. The reason is, if you put too short, when you add juice, it lifts the cotton out of the juice well, or at least one of them. And you'll start getting gurgling and sometimes bad leaking. So you need to put the wick ends a bit longer than you usually do, because the vacuum on the trio is so strong that when you undo the top cap to add liquid, it's sort of like a pressure cooker opened, and the pressure lifts the cotton out of the juice well. So you put longer wick ends. That I learned experience from the trio. The Brunhilde is excellent. Absolutely stunning mouse to long. Big D Vapes, I think. Hello, welcome to the chat. I think the hobbyist community would grow if the products were cheaper. I have tried bringing the likes of the billet box, Abyss, rebuildable tanks, but there is no market in my shop because too expensive. I don't know what your first name is, Mr. Big D Vapes, but you're so right. How many smokers I tried to convince to start vaping, and when I suggested them a mid-budget, 30, 40 pounds, oh, no, it's too expensive. They will go for something on sale, on clearance, a pod, a mouth too long stick, one of those 15, 20 pounds. They're not interested to buy. Yeah, so right. So how many of vapors are hobbyist and how many are to quit smoking? That's why I said there's two sections to vaping. I mean, there's one section to vape. Woo! I nearly spilled my whole tea. 1 second, give me a minute. Let me just wipe things down here. See, lucky I bought more supply, huh? So, yeah. So how many people out of the vaping community are hobbyists? Most of them are smokers who simply want a good alternative to smoking. And they will go for even disposable or dual type of devices, like the Fitch that I reviewed not long ago. And if you remember, I told you in the last live chat that most new vapors want a device like the Fitch, like the Joule, than a mouth-to-long RTO, even a stock coil. So you're absolutely right. If they reduce their prices, a lot more people would stop smoking, because at the end of the day, I mean, there's no comparing flavors. A pod to a proper mouth-to-long RTA is no comparing. And also, the long-term expense on a mouth-to-long RTA is much cheaper. Yeah, you're paying more for it at the beginning to buy it, but the upkeep is a lot cheaper than stock coils. I mean, the vendors make a lot of money on coils, especially if you vape sweet liquids or tobacco. You got to change a coil every 2-3 days. It starts to add up. Hey, you just re-wick, clean your coil, and you can use the same coil for months, 6 weeks, 2 months even. So you're absolutely right there. Mohammed Zizak, yes, it is. Yep. What's the name? J. Reji. Which RTA would you recommend when comparing Org Vape and the Pioneer? You meant to say the Org Vape or the Pioneer? That's what you mean? The Org Vape one, I can't remember what was the name of it. It was hassle-free mouth-to-long RTA. Complete hassle-free. It's over there. Never had a problem. It's easy wicking, easy coiling. The flavor is very good. It's a solid mouth-to-long RTA, if that's what you're talking about. The Pioneer is a bit more fussy, but the flavor is better than the Org Vape. Not much, but better. Definitely. But you need to know how to wick it right. So if you know how to wick and you don't mind messing around, then go for the Pioneer. If you want a straightforward, solid, good mouth to long RTE to be happy with, go with the Org Vape one. The intake, wasn't it? Intake, yeah? Tolga, hello, Net Vaper. Hello to you as well. Big D Vapes, I did Adrian. I've still got rebuild Les on the shelf, which, yeah. Adrian Mason, Nathan, the base should either be blank or SSK. I'm not a wizard on short. I can't understand your message, Adrian. The base should either be blank. Oh, you're talking about the clones. Yes, yes. So now I can understand. Nathan, the base should either be blank or SX. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I also believe so. Yeah, got a valid point here. They should make some kind of, otherwise it's like going in Chinatown, you know, you buy these false fake handbags. I know exactly what you mean. Adrian Mason, where were they visible? Big D, where they, okay. Yes, Abed. Abed Max, what is your best mouth along so far that is used most often by you? There is a question. Pioneer, the Dwarf, the Skyline, the August, very good. It's all mixed bag of clones, authentic, budget. Bishop, Sputnik. I'm not going to show you everything here because then you guys will think I'm mad. But I've got a lot more in another office, some at home. They're all my favorites. If you're asking me what do I advise you to buy, the Dwarf, the Skyline, if you don't want to spend so much money. The Skyline, if you want to buy a clone, the Bishop, if you want mid-budget, the Pioneer, you know, the Lamo is also very good as well. Everything I use, I review. So everyone can watch my mouth to long RTA reviews. It's all in a playlist. And yeah, all those mouth to long RTAs that I reviewed months ago, MD, the COG, all sorts of those I don't use anymore. I keep it sometimes as a backup. All the latest ones I vape all the time. So that is a very difficult question to answer, Abed. But the ones I use most lately is the Bishop, the Pioneer, the Dwarf, and Skyline. Those four I use constantly. The Sputnik, I take mainly with me into the car. The Fev is always on my desk. It's just too heavy to travel with. So every tank has got his place and time and liquid. But if you want to carry on, you can send me an email and we can narrow down what you like and your budget, and we could, you know, I can assist you there through email. Chris Holmes, clones are good for the average working man who like to hobby as well. There is a stigma of clones, but some people just can't afford them. Well, I don't know about the stigma, but since I reviewed the few clones I reviewed, I don't have no problem with it. I don't have no stigma. I've got no problem with it at all. I am happy I got them because they're superb. I don't look at it as a clone. I look at it as a superb mouth-to-lung RTA designed by SXK. That is it. What a flavor. I'm enjoying this tank immensely. So I don't care what it says on the base. So I don't know, stigma, maybe years ago, now top quality mouth-to-lung RTAs. So maybe we shouldn't call them clones. Let's call it SXK, mouth-to-lung RTA, something like that. Then you wouldn't have no stigma attached to it. And that's what it is, an SXK mouth-to-lung RTA. Maybe they should actually start manufacturing tanks with their own name on it, like Adrian suggested. Yeah. Lee Spinks. Oh, hi, Nathan. Lee, you did an excellent comment. I enjoyed your comment very much. It was a balanced comment between clear thinking and being realistic. Asif, hi, Nathan. How is it going? Hello, Asif. How are you? Yeah, it's going great. I've got my vape. I've got an hour off work. Relax with you guys. What else? Adrian Mason, Big D, you should ask Savage Simon 62. Why is Simon 62 has changed his name to Savage Simon 62? He came across as a very pleasant gentleman to me. Why is he calling himself now Savage? Anyone can highlight it to me. Well, he wants and get him to support you and his reviews could name your shop as we got it. Might slowly improve. Chat within chat. I'm not 100% sure what you guys talking about. Zizo, that's the point, Mr. Nathan. You are sharing your experience with us, and so far have been very helpful, not only in reviews, but also by your replies for comments, which myself, and benefits from your experience. Well, if I don't reply to comments, what's the point reviewing? If someone is reviewing for business and he gets paid every time he reviews, he will never reply to a comment because what does he care? He just wants to review the product to get the money from the vendor. I am reviewing to share my experience with others, to help them the same way I was seeking help when I first started. And I enjoy doing it. So 100% I'll reply to comments ASAP. Why not? I normally reply to comments either when I'm waiting for one of the guys to finish or I'm in the car. When I've got a few minutes to relax, I reply to all the comments. Yes, absolutely. That is the whole idea of the review and the advice after the review. Yeah, that is my way of doing it. Hello, John. How are you? Johan, how are you? Now, here's a guy who knows, Johan, spelled Johan, yeah? He knows about naturally extracted tobacco. Yeah, very knowledgeable fella. And mouth to lungs. Mohammed, how many tanks in total do you have now, Nathan? Oh, loads. See, I've got over there maybe 20 all mixed tanks that I don't really use much. Some of them are stock coil that I keep for emergencies. Oh, I've got delivery. So I hope you guys wouldn't mind, but let me just tell the guy that I'll pick it up in a minute. Is he going or is he staying? Let's have a look what he's doing. Let me just say to him, 1 second. Just give me a second. Thank you. Yeah, so you shouldn't think that no one's here. We've got a big problem with deliveries. If we don't open the door immediately, he's gone. So I've got quite a few tanks. Yeah. Some I sold. Yeah. So I've got a few tanks indeed. Adrian Nathan, yes, they save my devices and pay for the coil. They save on device and pay for the coils. Yeah, absolutely. So I tried to convince them to start using mouth to long RTAs, and yeah, well, you should see the list of questions I've got here about how to wick, how to do this, how to do that. So it's not so easy. As if, Nathan, how do you know when to change the coil in RTA? When your liquid starts turning color. Yeah, when it starts turning dark color. When you start seeing, you wouldn't see it on my tanks because they're all clean, but you'll start seeing, like, I call them tornadoes. It's like a line, a black line coming out from where the juice hits the cotton. And it's like a black line within the liquid. You see them either in the bottom or starting to come up. And that is after you've done the wicking. Sometimes it's a sign that you need to change the wick because the wick is becoming very gonky. And normally, naturally extracted tobacco, when they've got added flavoring to them, like caramel or vanilla, those are coil killers. RY4s and the like, you'll get it very quickly indeed, this sort of brown. So if you change your wick and it disappears, then it's okay. But as soon as you see that a few hours later, again, you see those black, that means the coil itself is gone. It's really starting to release. It has to be changed immediately. And also, obviously, when the flavor is no good, even after you wick, and something is not right. I mean, you get to know a flavor. And as soon as you notice that the flavor is missing, even after the wicking, then you know the coil is gone. Adrian, intake mouth to long RTA by Olgwick. Yeah, the intake. I said the intake. Yeah, it's a very solid, everyday tank. I use it very often. Very nice tank indeed. JB, hello Nathan. I was originally choosing between the K-Phone 2021 and the Prime, but now completely tossed up after watching all your reviews on mouth to long only artists. What is your ranking? Which one is king of them all? Well, the K-Phone 2021 is not here, and the K-Phone Prime is not here. I left them at home. Those are, it's very hard to beat those tanks. So carry on choosing between the K-Phone Prime and the K-Phone Lite. The difference between them is the K-Phone Lite is bottom feed. So you have to undo your deck, put in your liquid. The K-Phone Prime is top fill, but the K-Phone Prime has got juice flow. So you need to close the juice flow, put in your liquid, open the juice flow. The decks are identical. So the flavor is absolutely the same. The only difference is juice flow and how you put in your juice. So go for the K-Phone Lite. It's just easier to use. Now, before I finish with that is the Dwarf. The Dwarf is similar to the K-Phone Lite, but the mechanism on how to put in your juice is much easier than the K-Phone Lite. Yeah, I mean, I showed it on the review. It just done. The K-Phone Prime, the K-Phone Lite is a lot more turning, but the K-Phone, the Dwarf is a bit more complex to wick, and yeah, you need to wick it right. So the K-Phone Lite, I think, is your best option. You will never regret buying a K-Phone Lite. And don't look at any other Attis. Yeah, those are for people who don't have K-Phone Lite or K-Phone Prime and they're looking for something else, or hobbyist, go for the K-Phone Lite. You'll be very happy with it. Budget anything under $500 for that. That's called budget for you, under $500? Or you $50? Did you add 2 zeros or 1 zero? How many zeros were meant to be there? $500, you can buy you can buy the Skyline original. You can buy 2 Skylines. No, I'm sure you meant $50, right? Yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong. Big D vapes, I don't like disposables, but they are requested daily by customers. Yeah, they turn away if you don't stock them. So we are now, 100%. When I went to that vape shop and the guys asking me for advice, they all wanted the Fitch, the one I reviewed, like the Jewel. That's what they wanted. There's another thing, there's so many flavors out there that it's confusing. I've got a box full of flavors that I don't like. So if a guy wants to stop smoking and he buys a flavor, he doesn't like it. So he buys another one, doesn't like it. It becomes stressful. So when they give you a disposable with a flavor, this is it. So you get to like it. That is it. So you know what you've got. You've got the flavors. You don't have to choose out of a million. It becomes overwhelming. So, yeah, again, you're right, Big D Vapes. I understand you've got a shop. So obviously you've got the knowledge and you've got the know-how from how, 100%. Very important input. I'm holding way back. Johan just got the dwarf mouth along clone. It is very good, but still testing it out. We'll get a real one very soon. So you're one of those who gets the clone and buys the original. Yeah. Hardcore. Butian, a lot of the so-called high-end atomizers you cannot get as they are on waiting lists. It's the only way. Yeah, that's right. That's why I got the FEV. This was my first clone. I tried to get it every which way. I even phoned up Flashy Vapor, offering them more money to ship to the UK. They said, no way. So it was no other choice for me but to get a clone. And that was the beginning of my clone journey. Yeah, I discovered there is tanks out there, amazing tanks for budget price. Why shouldn't I tap into that? That was the beginning of the clones. Big D Vapes, I see cigarettes dumps all over our streets. Maybe in 10, 20 years' time, it will be disposable, another fuel for the anti-vapors. Yeah, disposable and masks. Lately, I've been seeing masks everywhere as well. Yeah, got a point. But you know that some countries are fining the tobacco companies for their cost of picking up all the cigarette butts. Do you know that? Yeah. So they might charge the vaping manufacturers for the disposable for the cost of cleaning up the streets. Tolga, do you use the Siren 3? Yes, I do. It's downstairs. Actually, quite good tank, come to think of it. It's very similar to the Org Vape intake. Also, easy, perfect for all, to grab with you. Thomas Comeras, have you tried the Purity Plus mouth to long RTA by Ambition Mod? No, I didn't. I heard very good things about it. Yeah, would love to see the review on it. I heard about it as well. I also heard about it, yeah. We'll see. Yeah, maybe. Adrian made a big deal. I agree. Okay, we're stocking almost identical replacement coil pods and try. Yeah, I've been impressed with the Oxva. Yeah, I heard about the Oxva. Been there, done that. Adrian, yeah. JB question, any thought on ultra portable that will not vent explode in my pocket? Was thinking Vupu Virtru or Aegis Nano possible carbon, which is the best, least likely to. Nothing would combust in your pocket at all. Not. It's only if you got two batteries touching each other, and the wrapping is cracked. Then it's dangerous. And a mech mod, for instance, if your battery is not 100% perfect wrapping, and it touches the metal of the mech mod, then it's dangerous. It starts venting. But why would a normal vape? It will never explode. When you hear last a portable, it will never explode. I mean, you're talking about a mod or you're talking about a kit? I mean, this is a tiny mod, the Vaporesso Tarot Baby. Tiny. But I'm not sure which one you're talking about. Yeah, I see you're talking to Vupu. Aegis Nano is also good. Big D Vapes Net. Big D Vapes, my name is Nathan, by the way. He's still pleasant, but he has a buzzer on his live show to remove annoying guest. Oh, you're talking about why Simon 62 is called Savage, right? So therefore, he has a buzzer on his live show to remove annoying guest. A bit of phone. Oh, well. Yeah, I also think he's a top bloke, actually. He's been following this channel quite a while. And I sometimes watch his reviews as well. Big D Vape, TVP, named his... TVP, one of the guys here bought a liquid from called TVP. I think it was called Shaken, some banana and strawberry. And I tasted it. And you know what? It tasted exactly like this juice here. I'll tell you, I couldn't believe it, how identical the flavors are. Well, I haven't got it here. It was called Bulu something. It was like a banana milkshake, banana with something. It was supposed to be banana strawberry, but I tasted mainly banana. And I wanted the strawberry more than the banana. So, yeah, not so sure about that one. Adrian Mason, well, where am I? Oh, wait. I love it. He's going to check something out for Adrian. Zizo, by the way, Mr. Nathan, there's a personal question. What part of England do you live in? I lived in Bristol City for 3 years. I live in London. JB, question for stainless steel coils. What do you use for 26 gauge I use? Stainless steel, I tend to go more to the core Clapton, fuse Clapton type of coil. Also, when to change cotton coil for roughly 200. Well, cotton you should change every 2 days. Coil, if you take your cotton out, fire the coil, dip it in hot water and cold water while it's red hot, clean it again, fire it, dip it again till it's everything, all the gunk is gone. You can preserve your coil for up to 6 weeks, up to 2 months as well. For sure, a month, 100%. To get close to 1 ohm. Yeah, so I use a 26 gauge Kentel round wire. I do between 6 to 7 reps, comes up to between 0.9 to 1 ohm, roughly. Adrian Mason, JB, 1 ohm requires you only for megamods, but 29 or 30. Yeah. Well, I suppose you're right, but that's a thinner wire. Thicker wire depends. It's sometimes just easier to work with when it's a bit thicker. I meant $500 max for a top-of-the-line mouse-to-long constructor to last a lifetime. Well, if you're talking about $500 for a mouse-to-long RTA, you've got a huge selection. To start off with, the original Skyline. There is an excellent mouse-to-long RTA called the Edge. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's called the Edge. I think it's made in Greece. Top mouse-to-long RTA, I think, is around also 200-something euros. Obviously, the K-Fons, you've got a huge selection. You've got a huge selection. All the top mouse-to-long RTAs you can get for that money, JB. Send me an email, JB, and we'll go through various lists of tanks for you. JB yeah. I have no idea where. 1 minute. Joe's, good morning. Well, by me, it's good afternoon. And good morning to you. JB thought those cheaply built small pods may not have very reliable batteries. Well, it's cheap, so you get what you pay for. Besides good quality clones, that you get a lot more of what you pay for. It has a big difference. JB, go for Geek Vape Boost Oxford Origin. For me, they have been bestsellers. Yeah, where you can listen to Big D Vapes. He knows what he's talking about. The UL Caliburn is very good as well. Stay away from smoke and Vupu. Leaky coils, yeah. I used to have one to smoke. Yeah, he's correct. You know what I found very good? The UL tripod. Excellent, small little pod kit. I use it quite often with naturally extracted, and I'm surprised how long they last. I only take it when I go out on meetings, but it's lasted me for days. Very good one, actually, the tripod. Nenhusky, I nearly came to the end of my V-God cream Cubano for my pipe that you reviewed. Any ideas to what to do next? I love the cream Cubano. So looking for something easy to vape. Any ideas? Yeah. Del Bonito from Juice Cabin, RY4 Maca from Juice Cabin, absolutely delicious. Those will replace your Cubano very well indeed, because they've got that creamy note. Also, Caribbean cream from Juice Cabin. Offhand, you got already a few. Yeah. And I think I reviewed one of the liquids that I said it tastes very much like the Cubano. Can't remember. But you know, if you're looking for, that is not naturally extracted tobacco. So if you're looking for something, well, how about this one? The Dark Star. This is also quite a creamy note to it. Yeah, I don't think you like it. This is not naturally extracted and it's got that smell of synthetic tobacco. Yeah, go for the Juice Cabin, the ones I told you. The RY4 is very good. The Maca, the Don Benito, I think it's spelled. The review on that one will be coming in very shortly. Yeah, the Wildfire. I think the Wildfire that I reviewed as of late, you will enjoy that. It's got a very nice creamy note to it, and they're all naturally extracted. Watch my reviews. I can't remember each one, but I think I've got the Wildfire in here. No, this is Drake's whiskey. Have I got anywhere the Wildfire? Oh, maybe in the Lamo. Wildfire. The Wildfire. Watch my my latest review, Wildfire. That is a very rich, complex. I categorize this as a Rochefort project in naturally extracted tobacco equivalent. So the Wildfire is a good option for you as well. Yeah, I hope I'm going to come to everyone's comment. I don't want to miss comments, so it takes me a minute, but I get there eventually, I hope. I had the whole list of questions from those guys. I always feel bad that I always miss them out. Adrian Mason, JB, yes, the ohm thing is only, yeah, that's what we use the same stainless steel grade wire and vapor, the same wattage and a regulated mod. Stainless steel is good for if you're allergic to nickel or if you want to use a temperature control. But I do find that stainless steel sometimes with the ohms, they play up and down till they settle. I've got a Fuse Clapton stainless steel coil wire that I make my own, but I don't like them so much. It's more difficult. The round wire is easier. Those I buy already pre-made. You know, you can get today pre-made so cheap. It's sometimes just not worth the effort to make your own coils, but I do make my round wire because it takes me seconds. Yeah. But Adrian Mason gave you good advice. Yeah. Big D Waves, this Spargo, Jackrabbit makes the TVP juice. Yes, I like the Bolo Bolo. Or how you spell it, Nathan. What was it called? Bole Bolu. Yeah. Favorite juice. Yeah, well, the Bolo Bolu, whatever it's called, it tasted nearly identical to this TVP. Shake 'em up, the strawberry and banana. I wish there was a bit more of the strawberry in it. Yeah. But he had also a strawberry custard one. He told me, the guy who bought it. But one of the best strawberry cream is from Rochefort Project. Wow. Wow. Strawberry and cream. Oh, delicious. Joe's Net Vaper, you have a sort of a Frenchman accent. No. I'm not from France. Actually, my ancestors came from Budapest, Hungary. That's a long story. One day. Adrian Mason, JB, I like this 27 round wire at 0.47 ohms. Works awesome and TC. Yeah. Big D Waves, I think Nathan would make pounds doing voiceover work too for TV and movies. I've got enough on my plate. As it is, I'm overworking. Thank you, though. Paul C., good evening. 10:50 p.m. here. Nice to catch up. You're live again. Wow. Where you from, Paul? JB Nathan, can you? I just missed it. JB Nathan, can you elaborate a little on the stainless steel choice, round versus Clapton's? Yeah, I've got a review on everything about coils. Look at my channel, and I can't remember what it's called. I was explaining each wire, what's all about, what's the advantage and disadvantage. Look at my channel, and it's something I can't remember what it was called. Basic tutorial on types of steel. I can't remember how I word the title, but check out my channel. I've got exactly that review, a video explaining everything. But round wire is just quick. Round wire is very good for single blend tobaccos. When you're talking about a bit more complex, naturally extracted, you want a core Clapton or fused Clapton. Fruit flavors, always fused Clapton or core Clapton, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think round wire would bring out those flavors, the creamy notes, as good as a core Clapton or NI80, basically. Yeah, that is in short. Big Device, by the way, Nathan, my name is Danny. Okay, Danny. So now I know your name. Big D, Big Danny Vapes, right. Zizo, Mr. Nathan, thanks for all your reviews and your feedback, and also for these live shows. Got to get back to work. Yep, no problem. Stay safe as well, and happy vaping. Big D Vapes, where you're from? Okay. Karim, hi Nathan, why don't you review RDAs? I reviewed RDAs, a few, on my channel, but I am 90% of the day mouth to long. For me, mouth to long is the natural way of vaping. Yeah, you don't smoke direct to long. You don't smoke cigars direct to long. So mouth to long for me is the natural way for me of vaping. And I only review things that I buy and I use, or sometimes I receive. And those who I received, I review. So you can check my channel. I've got quite a few in the playlist. There is RDAs, but I'm not very big. I'm much more into mouth to long, as you can see. I'm a primarily mouth to long vapor. Joe's, see you, Zizo, yep. Big D Waves, Joe's, I'm originally from Manchester, England, but moved into the hills in the place called Holmfirth in West Yorkshire. Oh, nice place, actually. JB at Net Vaper will send email, thanks for the offer. Yep, no problem. Anyone who wants specific advice, send me an email, and I look at it. I travel a lot, and a lot of times I've been driven. So I've got time in the back on the front seat, whichever it is, and there I could reply. Yeah, RC7 007. I like it. Get that Millennium RTA by, yeah, I heard about the Millennium. That's also on my list. Paul, I've stuck with round wire stainless steel 28 since 2019. Tried Claptons, but I guess stainless steel is a habit. Yeah, vaping is so personal. Everyone likes something, so don't change. Absolutely, nothing wrong with stainless steel. A lot of people specifically use stainless steel because other metals can be they're allergic to. And if you use temperature control, you could only use stainless steel. JB at Net Vaper noted. Tripod, thanks everyone else in chat. Yeah, no problem. Big D Waves. I am not into commercial tobacco that much, but Dr. Vape's Black was nice. Okay, that's chat within chat. Nathan, yes, Dark Star tobacco sells well for me, similar to the nasty juice bronze, but much cheaper. Yeah, I actually quite enjoy the Dark Star, but is it similar to the Cubano? I think it's lacking that creamy. Cubano has got a lot of creaminess in it. So I think he ought to go for maybe a naturally extracted with cream, like the Wildfire, the Maca, RY4, or the Cabrian cream from, all those. I think will suit him as well. Mark, those La Tabacaria concentrates are something else, worse the shipping if you're bulk. Yes, absolutely. I've got in here the Italian cigar. I've got in my e-pipe. Actually, I'm going to review the Italian cigar. I'm uploading it hopefully for the weekend. I reviewed it on my e-pipe. And now in my e-pipe, I've got the, not English mixer, the other one, the Pinotto Cubano. The Pilotto Cubano. Phew, that's good. Yeah. Many thanks. Love the channel. Nishaku 51. Thank you. Joe's, will you review the SXK 415? It's in shipment at the moment. I'm debating if I should review another clone or not. You're on a roll with the clones, and I think that is needed, especially in English. Yes, well, I don't know if I should go down that path. We'll see. But it's coming to me. So someone suggested I should review it on a live chat. Maybe that's an idea. We'll see. JB, may I suggest VLDV for some non-naturally extracted tobacco for you to try? I am not into non-naturally extracted. No. If I'm already vaping, not smoking, I want to have tobacco flavor. If I can't get tobacco, authentic as I can, back to smoking. Rick F. Nathan, bought the Bishop based on your recommendation review. Also revisited other RTAs based on your wicking guidance. And now I have far too many tanks on the go. Keep up. Join the club. That's what I'm saying. There's a hobby side to the vaping. It's not only the vaping. It's the whole gadget thing, But one has to know not to cross the line. You have to know your budget. You have to know how much could you buy and how often, and never cross that line, because otherwise you get into a spiral. And you can watch my video on a guy who went that spiral of buying and buying and buying, and he went into debt. He nearly lost his marriage. Watch that video on my when vaping becomes an obsession, something like that. Actually, it's a very important video to watch. Not blowing my own trumpet. I'm just saying a real life story. JB, exactly. I was thinking close to like the last day with ease for me. Yeah. Adrian Mason, Nathan, stainless steel resistance does change with heat. That is how it works on TC. Correct. Yeah. Whenever I put it on my Coil Master, I notice boom, down, down, down. Big D Vapes, a stock Rochefort project. Yeah, one of the best. Oh, lemon meringue. Yeah. I like the lemon custard. The Crimson Seed is my favorite. Yeah, Crimson Seed is also delicious. I reviewed quite a few actually from them. Black Vine, the Crimson Seed, the Lemon Lush, the Lemon Curd, Jam Tart, or is it the Crimson Seed? Raspberry Milk, and another one that I just mentioned earlier, the Strawberry and Cream. I love it. Oh. Adrian Mason, a must mods like 0.5 ohm sweet spot for TC. Yeah. Adrian, you're very knowledgeable indeed. And I'm happy to see so many knowledgeable vapors here that can give each other advice. That's the whole idea of a live chat. Perfect. Yeah. Big D Waves, do you have an online shop also? Nathan from Philippines here. Paul C is from Philippines. All right. Now I understand why it's evening. Adrian Mason, I want some Rushford. Well, you know where to buy it. You go to Big D Vapes. JB, I'm the same, perfect mouth to lung style. One exception with some beverages, a direct to lung hits the spot. Not sure why, it just does it for me. But that morning coffee with a tobacco mouth to lung, pure bliss. Oh yeah. Actually, what time is it? I must tell you a question. Someone asked me, because you just mentioned the morning tobacco, morning vape. What was the question? Come on. Oh, should I not vape after a good meal or in times I smoked, for instance, my morning coffee to break the smoking habit? Yeah, if someone starts vaping, should he break that mold where you smoke after a good meal, you smoke in the morning with your coffee, you want to relax reading a book, you light a cigar? Should you break that mold? You shouldn't go out, for instance, to the garden with your vape. You should vape indoors, or not when you're drinking the coffee. I said a bunch of course you should. What's the question? If you can carry on the same habit of smoking in vaping, it'll be much easier for you to stop smoking because you have the same habit. In the morning, you go out with a coffee, with a cigarette, few moments to relax, to think about your day. We all remember that tranquil moment that you go out in the morning with a delicious coffee, with a cigarette or a cigar, whichever one you smoked, and think about, well, I got to do this. It's that reflection time. Carry on doing it with the vaping. You finished a good steak with a good wine. You used to lit a cigar. Take a cigar liquid. Exactly the same. 1-to-1. And then it'll be much easier to stop smoking. And for me, the mornings is bliss, like he puts it. JB, yeah. Mark, try Bezukai, Nathan. Wow. Don't know what that is. I'll search for it, what it is. I'm not sure what that is. Aluai Niza, best reviewer for me. Hi from Puerto Rico, I assume. Puerto Rico, I reviewed. Is it Puerto Rico? I reviewed vaping with the Batman Sabores del Enchanto liquids, right? That is from Puerto Rico. The Café La Leche and what else did I review? I reviewed a few on my channel. The guava one, yeah, good stuff. And it's got a new line, the strawberry. I reviewed that. I never uploaded it actually. Big D, Adrian, I used to, is talking about online with Big D Vapes, but the online market is too competitive, especially when the likes of eSig1, yeah, are selling stuff at wholesale prices. Yeah, bricks and mortar is the best way to get off cigarettes because you can talk to someone, you can get advice, it's personal, and if you have a problem, you can come back to it. I'm a big believer in shops. Online is for those who are already into it and they know what they like, so you just order it. But for someone who wants to stop smoking, the best thing is to go into a vape shop where you can talk to someone who's got experience. And mind you, a lot of vape shops, I've got people there that have no experience whatsoever. I once went into a vape shop to ask him about coil, pre-made coils. No, he only got stock coil. And then asked him a few questions. I saw he hasn't got knowledge, nothing about vaping. He's just on the till to take your item and put it through the scanner. I mean, a vape shop should have someone with experience to encourage and to advise new vapors. That's why I got a whole list of questions here from new vapors that I go into a vape shop and I help them out. That's the only way. JB, really, you're 100% NET, not even tobacco flavors. I'm 100% NET. 100%. There's only one liquid that I like from Yaelik, Turkish tobacco. that is not NET, but it hasn't got that false synthetic flavor to it. It's delicious. And I reviewed it as well. JB, I was suggesting VDLV tobacco flavors. Don't know what that is. I'll have to search later when I finish the live chat. I'll go back and I'll take notes. Mohammed, you can't imagine how much I adore your reviews because you are Godfather. Thank you. Flattered. Adrian Mason, what you mean? But they don't sell everything and those. Aluli Neza, I have the mouse too long K-Phone Prime 29. You're talking about the K-Phone Lite 2019, and I'm in searching for RTA Direct Along. Ooh, RTA Direct Along. They've got from Org Vape. I reviewed very good one. Check my channel. I'm not so into Direct Along, but all those I reviewed are on my channel. Oh, you know what I can suggest to you is the Freemax RBA, the RBA deck. Absolutely stunning. That's over there. You can see it waiting. It's fully wicked, exactly where my finger is. Actually, absolute stunning of a flavor, and it wicks amazing, but it's a big tank, 5 mil. So that is a suggestion, but look at my channel. The from Org Vape was very good. What was it called again? I can't remember now. It's on my channel. Indeed, your live chat is incredible. Very knowledgeable crowd here, yourself included. Thank you very much, JB. JB, morning cigarette was the hardest for me to get over. Found something that went very well with coffee, and it was sold for me. Try naturally extracted tobacco. You pick up one of these Virginias from Juice Cabin or from Vestig Liquid or from Drake's, whichever I reviewed. Take that with a coffee, or take the Italian cigar with a coffee. Oh, you wouldn't look back. Yeah, my recipe, JB, my recipe was pick a bean I love, find a great gay with e-liquid, never smoke again, different for everyone. Yeah, that's right. Everyone is different. Everyone is different. So there's nothing right or wrong. It's what's right or wrong for you. Yeah. Desperate Dan, hi, what is a good NET tobacco to start with? Yeah, I'll show you. This one here. Focusing? I'm not sure if it's focusing. Anyway, if it's focusing or not, it's called Brightleaf Virginia Flucured Sweet. Absolutely, you'll love it. From juicecabin.com. Go there. Yeah. If you need more advice, send me an email. Adrian Mason, yes, Nathan. Keep the habit, but change the products to vape. Yep. That's right. 100%, Adrian. Exactly. Keep the habit, but change the products to vape. Exactly right. Portugal, JB, not Puerto Rico. Portugal. It's the only place where we can go on holiday, yeah? That's where I understood. Portugal is the only green country so far. Among some islands, who knows where. Paul C. Smoking while popping. Oh, God. No. Okay, Big D Vapes, Sabors del Enchanto were very flavorsome, but also, yeah, coil killers. That's right. 100%. I don't vape so regularly on occasion, The coffee I like, but I prefer the Drake's coffee, from Tobacco Fusion. Absolutely delicious. Whoa, very good. And also Juice Cabinet got very good coffee liquid as well. Can't remember the name. Okay, we have to finish on JB Porto, lovely place, really. Yep. Mark, Bazooka by. Oh, you're talking about Bazooka and naturally extracted. Ah, right. Yes, I now remembered. Yeah, I've got it on my list. I saw you talking about some device. Yes. JB, the vape shops are hit or miss, but YouTube or the forums is unbelievable response rate. Yeah, that is correct. But not a lot of people got time to search on YouTube, so they're rather first-time vapor. Really, it's difficult because most of us review already much higher advanced kits. But I'm very much to give advice to new vapors. So any new vapor here can always drop me an email or comment anywhere, and I'll reply to them in length, because those are the most important that we need to concentrate on. Bang Kudin, I am new to this channel, sir. Have you tried Ripe Vapes VCT? If so, what's your opinion on that? And what kind of tobacco liquid I can find here in Indonesia? I'm not sure where you can find Indonesia, but I never tried the liquid you mentioned. But I know that quite a lot of UK naturally extracted tobacco do ship abroad. And welcome to the channel. Yeah, Adrian Mason, vape shops are the smoke doctors. Yeah, they should know their business or go somewhere. Yeah, 100%. Some vape shops is a disgrace. They have got no knowledge at all. Big DJ, the problem is most just open a vape shop and put someone in it who's just looking for a job. That's a business, not a hobby like it is. Yeah, 100% right. Every vape shop should have someone who can give advice. Yeah. William Hunter, looking for mild NET tobacco. Go for Virginia. You can't go wrong with Virginia. Thomas Wagner, I have the Millennium clone and an original from TVGC. The Millennium is incredibly good and quiet, top for NET, and the clone has no difference from the original neither. In taste, no in finish. There you go. You see? Thomas Wagner's got the Millennium original and clone, and he says there's no difference. So why should I pay 250 euros for something that I could pick up for a tenth, not 70%, 60, 40, 30, 20, a tenth. The same thing. That is my point exactly. JB, future yesterday, I will try the Italian cigar with a ristretto. I will give the spice, but chocolate cigar finish like I used to get in the last 3 years. Yeah. Cigar, you don't have chocolate in cigar. It's a chocolate note. You associate like a wine. They tell you it's plums, copper, all sorts of crazy notes that in no way are existing in that wine, but it's notes for you to associate. Some cigars have that chocolatey note. It's coming from the formation, how it fermented, the leaf, and all the sugars sort of fermented, and it gives you that chocolatey, and that is naturally extracted tobacco. A lot of times it's got that sweet note to it, but not a chocolatey note. That is a big difference. Some cigar liquids have got that oaky, woody note. Some of them got like even a bit of creamy note that's coming from the leaf, but chocolatey note is very difficult to pass on from a cigar through naturally extracted process. And that reminds me, actually, a subscriber here, his name is Andre, the one who sent me La Tabacaria. He's very knowledgeable on naturally extracted tobacco. And he sent me an email. I mean, just look at this. A whole about how you naturally extracted tobacco. And I wanted to read some things through it, but it's gone late. So maybe I'll try and do one day a review. How do you do naturally extracted tobacco? So that might be an idea, because it's very interesting reading. Okay, I think we're coming to the end of the chat. I need to go. It's 4:30. I hope I answered everyone. Anyone who I didn't read his comment, you can always email me or leave a comment on the video you're interested in what product. It was lovely chatting to you guys with so much knowledge and experience, and helping one another. And this is what's all about. So I appreciate all of you came on chat today, and hopefully I'll see you at the next review, hopefully by the weekend. And the next live chat, when we'll have time, I'll post again a notice. Until the next time we meet or see each other or review, take care, enjoy your vape, stay safe, be healthy, and enjoy your vape. Whatever you have, whatever liquid, whatever device, enjoy it. Take care all. Bye.